Buddy, Tater here. I know I disappeared for months again, and I still have good reasons. I recently moved again, like a week ago. I relocated from California to Washington. I am currently living with my partner, Dan, and his doggy, Reagan, and she likes me, which is good. Been doing some book shopping, sort of, recently. Hasn't been a whole lot, but there's been some, so just thought I would share that with you. Firstly, Dan and I drove up the coast from California to Washington, and on our way up we stopped by in San Francisco, which was really awesome because we got to go to the Castro district, which is like the it's the queer neighborhood, so there was pride flags all over the place, and it was really awesome. I really enjoyed that because I'm queer myself, so it was really nice being in a place that I felt like I belonged. While we were in San Francisco, we stopped by City Lights bookstore, which is the bookstore that first published any of Allen Ginsberg the poet's work. I love Allen Ginsberg. He is one of my favorite poets. I am beyond obsessed with him. He was a great person, and I love what he writes. So I thought, since we were at City Lights, I might as well pick up a copy of Howl and Other Poems by Allen Ginsberg. Now this is the 4th edition of the Pocket Poet series of this particular collection of poems, and this was also the first collection of poems that Allen Ginsberg had published at City Lights. And yeah, it felt really cool to pick it up, and City Lights was an incredible bookstore. If we had more time, I would have spent hours in there and probably spent most of my money because I have a problem when it comes to pretty bookstores. But yeah, the place was incredible. I hope that I get to go back and have a few hours to just walk around and hang out in. Fingers crossed for that one. It's really great. And if you walk upstairs in City Lights, they have an entire like poetry section, and there's also an entire shelf dedicated to the Beat Poets, which the Beat poetry movement started in the late 40s, early 50s, I want to say, and Allen Ginsberg was one of the founders, as was Jack Kerouac and William S. Burroughs, and there are a couple more famous names involving that. I didn't pick up any of the like Beat poet big old books. Those are next on my shopping list when it comes to getting some poetry. But what I did pick up was And the Hippos Were Boiled in Their Tanks by Jack Kerouac and William S. Burroughs. Now, if you've seen the movie Kill Your Darlings, this is what Kill Your Darlings was based off of, and this is a true story involving the murder of David. And what is it? I'm really excited to read it because I really love the way that Jack Kerouac writes, and I also really love the way that William S. Burroughs writes, and I can't wait to read what they did together. So that was City Lights, that was San Francisco. Next up is I went to the closest library to me. I wouldn't feel right being new in a place without a library card. So I got a library card, I checked out a couple of books, and I also purchased a book for a quarter, which is this one right here. It's called Goddess Alive: Inviting Celtic and Norse Goddesses into Your Life. And this is by Michelle Skye, and this is a spirituality book focusing obviously on goddesses, which I consider myself a pagan, and I thought I could use another book about spirituality and pathworking. So I picked up Emily the Strange, The Lost Days, which is a novelization about Emily the Strange. And if you don't know who Emily the Strange is, she is she started off as a marketing campaign, and then she started getting her own graphic novels, and she's kind of become a symbol, or a kind of a pop culture icon. You see her on a lot of t-shirts and whatnot, and it's because she's cute and gothic and has a bad attitude. Like, one of her catchphrases is "get lost." Already finished this. It didn't take me very long to read, and it was very fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna poke around and see if I can check out the next book in the series here, but it was really good. If you like Emily the Strange, or you just want a quick fun read that's kind of quirky, I suggest this. Yeah, you should go check that out. And next I picked up The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. I'm pretty sure almost all of you know what this book is about, so I'm not going to get into that. But, yeah, I finally get to read this, and I was thinking, since it's October, that I should probably read something spooky, something that's going to creep me out, and I have a feeling this is going to creep me out. It may not scare me, but it might creep me out and make me think. And I'm really, really looking forward to this, because I've read A Monster Calls, and I loved the heck out of it. And, yeah, I can't wait to read The Knife of Never Letting Go. And lastly, on this small book haul, I had an interview at a thrift store today, and when I got done with my interview, I thought, might as well poke through the books. And the first thing that I picked up is The Thief Lord by Cornelia Funk. And the reason that I picked this up is because it's a present for Dan, because he said that this was one of his favorite books growing up, and I'm probably going to read it as well. But, you know, I got this for 50 cents, so, because it was half off Books Day. So I need to remember that, half off Books Day. I'm not entirely sure what this book is about. All I know is that Dan really loves it, and he doesn't have a copy of it yet, so I thought I would pick him up a copy, because he's a reader as well. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to seeing his face when I present it to him. He gets home from work in about an hour, so we'll see how that goes. And the last thing that I picked up, which I am so very excited about, is Hyperbole and a Half by Ali Broche. And if you can see that little sticker, it says that it was autographed by the author. Right there. And Hyperbole and a Half is a memoir. It's Ali Broche's memoir, and it's drawn with like funny comics and just funny anecdotes about her life and stuff like that. And she also deals with depression and anxiety, which I do as well. So I thought that it would be a good book for me to pick up. And the cool thing about this is that I got it at a thrift store. It's an autographed copy, and it was $1.50. An autographed copy of Hyperbole and a Half for $1.50. Can I get an amen? Thrift stores, man. I know you might be afraid of thrift stores. Go into the thrift stores, especially if they have good book sections. Go into thrift stores. Dig through their books. Dig. Used books are the greatest thing to ever grace our planet. So I just go look at thrift stores. Alright everybody, that is all I have to say for now. Hopefully I will get back to making semi-regular videos. Warm wishes from my bookshelf to yours.